welcome back to my channel. This is Sim Stitches again. Alright, so on today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to make a pattern for a penciled skirt. This tutorial is one of the simplest method you would ever know. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing you do is to mark your starting point. That will be your waistline. So you mark it. I use 1 inch. From the top of your pattern paper, you mark 1 inch, and then after that you go ahead and mark your waist to hip measurement. So your waist to hip measurement, for an average, it's between 7 to 10 inches. Sometimes it could be 11 depending on how tall the person is. All right, so I marked my waist to hip, which is 9 inches, and then after that you are going to be marking your waist to your knee length. So this skirt is a knee length skirt. So you mark your waist to your knee length. For me, it was 23, so I marked 23. All right, then after that, you label this line. You join the lines together. So these lines are going to be labeled to help you when you are marking them. So after this, you had your 2 inches for hemming. That is, to the length of your skirt you had 2 inches. Alright, so the next thing you want to do now is to divide all your round measurements by 4. So this pattern I'm cutting is for the front piece, and it's just a quarter of the whole of your body. So that is why we are dividing by 4. Alright, so you take your waist measurement divided by 4, your hip divided by 4. Right, so the next thing is for you to mark out all this measurement. So let's assume that your waist is 28 divided by 4 would give you 7 inches. You are going to be adding 1 inch for that and 1 inch for seam allowance. So that is extra 2 inches to your 7 inches. So you do the same thing for the hip measurement, hip divided by 4, but you are going to be adding 1 inch for seam allowance. Instead of 2 inches, just 1 inch. Now at the knee length, you are going to be reducing your hip measurement by 3 to 4 inches, depending on how penciled you want it to be. So I reduced mine with 3 inches. So I have 11 inches on the hip line. I reduced it by 3 inches and I marked it on the knee line. So you connect the knee line with the hem line as well, and then you join your hip to your waist, and from your hip you join it to your hemline as well. Very easy and simple to make. The next thing you do now is to mark your dart on your skirt. So from the middle of your pattern, you measure 4 inches inward, 4 inches. So on that 4 inches, you come down by 5 inches. So 4 by 5 inches. Next, you connect the 4 by 5 inches together with a straight line. Then after this, you mark ½ inch on the right side of that straight line and ½ inch on the left side. Then you join it together to that 0.5 that you have marked earlier on the straight line. So next, you come down by 1 inch from the middle of your pattern. So that part that you are not working on, that is not having the mark, that is the middle of your pattern. That is the center of your pattern. So you come down by 1 inch and you connect that 1 inch to your waistline, the way I'm doing it, to give you a canoe shape. So that is how the front part of your skirt is, usually for the skirt and the trousers. So it fits well when it comes a bit lower. So you mark it like that. And so with that, you are free to go ahead and cut out your pattern. So you are done with the front piece. So the next thing now is for you to draft the back piece. And to make this easier, you're just going to place your pattern paper on a new paper, and then you use your tracing wheel to trace out all these marks that we have on the front piece. You trace it on the new paper, which is going to be your back piece. And while you are doing that, you include your 2 inches for the zip allowance. So after tracing, you mark out all the lines to just align with the one you have at the front, and with that you are good. Very easy and simple to make. Don't forget that from the top you're going to be marking the zip allowance, which is 2 inches, and then from that zip allowance line you indicate where the zip line will stop. It is between 9 to 10 inches. So you stop there, and then underneath, from beneath, you are going to be marking 7 inches on that says zip allowance line. You mark 7 inches inward, So that 7 inches is going to be for the back slit. So it's just easier that way. By the time you are done hemming your 2 inches allowance, you still have 5 inches that will be open for your back slit, and it makes your skirt to be very good and easy to wear. Alright, so I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. It is totally free. Please like this video, comment, ask questions in the comment section, and share this video. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.